What's up, guys? It's your boy Barca Boy 103. Today we're going to be reacting to the Barcelona news over the past 24 hours. We're going to talk about the contract situation of Ilaix Moriba. Talks have officially broken down, and now Barcelona are looking to sell him this summer, and RB Leipzig are the front runners right now. And also, Moriba has changed his nationality in order to facilitate a move out of Barcelona this summer. Joan Laporta's priority right now is to reduce that wage bill. Once the cabinets are finalized, he will focus on Antoine, Griezmann, and Philippe Coutinho. Next up, of course, the player exit is another priority of Joan Laporta. With 8 days left in the window, he's looking to get rid of Pjanic and Umtiti. Also, he's open for offers for Collado and Braithwaite. And lastly, we have an injury update on Gerard Pique, Ansu Fati, and Marc Andre Ter Stegen. But before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button down below. Let's try to get the 200 license video. It'd be very much appreciated. Also, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below if you haven't already. And let's get into it. Before we get into this video is sponsored by the One Football app. It's an absolutely brilliant football app that I've been using now for the past few years. It's the best in my opinion. It has everything you need. Breaking news, transfer news, videos. You have all the matches in the top 5 leagues in one spot, or you can even add more leagues. I believe it has 160 different leagues. And also you can follow your favorite football team. Of course, for me, it's going to be Barcelona. You can have, predictions. It tells you the next games. You have news about it as well. They have a nice little place where you can see all the tables for Champions League, Copa del Rey, Super Cup, La Liga. You can have the squad list as well. You can see all the first team players of Barcelona and some of the Barcelona B players as well. Nice little spot for transfers as well, for everything that's linked to just Barcelona. And during the match, there is live voting of the man of the match. But what I love about this app the most is when we score, it tells you who assists, it tells you if it's a penalty or an own goal. Some apps don't do that. It's absolutely brilliant. Of course, it has full-time stats as well, offside, possession. It also has news on La Liga, transfers on La Liga, and stats as well. Top scorer, assists, red cards, yellow cards. This is by far the best football app out there, and the best part is it's free. So top link in the description down below. Give it a go. You won't be disappointed. Let's start off with the transfer news over the past 24 hours. Now, we have been linked to a few players. The first player I want to discuss is Bernardo Silva, coming in from the Times Sports from the UK, and they've come out saying that Barcelona has indeed suggested a swap deal for Bernardo Silva, including one of their French players, but of course, Man City were not interested as they only want cash. Of course, we knew about this a few months ago. I would indeed take Bernardo Silva at Barcelona, but of course, they don't want Pjanic, they don't want Roberto, they don't want Umtiti, they want cash, and right now, Barcelona don't even have, one single euro to spend in the transfer market, so unfortunately, this deal will not be happening this summer. The next player we've been linked to is Adam Barry, the Uruguay Getafe midfielder, coming in from AS. They've come out saying that Barcelona are interested in Getafe midfielder Adam Barry and wants to bring him on loan. Adam Barry is a request of the technical secretary Ramon Planas, who was the one who signed him for Getafe. But before the match the other day against Athletic Club, Rafael Usi, the vice president of Barcelona, came out saying we are not in for Adam Barry and he is not on our list right now, so this will not be happening whatsoever. And the final player that we've been linked to over the past 24 hours is Sevilla striker Luuk de Jong, coming in from Sport. They've come out saying that Luuk de Jong has been offered to Barcelona. Sevilla want to save on his wages after signing a new striker in Rafa Mir. Ronald Koeman knows him from the national team, but he is not the priority for Barcelona right now. They can only afford a loan. Now, let me know down in the comments below, would you take Luuk de Jong at Barcelona this summer? For me personally, it's a no. Of course, they want to get rid of his wages. We're going to have to take those wages on. And again, not really the Barcelona quality striker that you want. He's just basically, a tall man up front, like a Peter Crouch, Olivier Giroud type of player. Of course, he'd be like a good asset to have off the bench, but then again, paying for him a loan, all that sort of stuff, I wouldn't go through that trouble. Of course, we do need an attacker, but again, you have Aguero, Ansu Fati, Ousmane Dembele coming back from injury very, very soon. For me, it's a no from me, but let me know down in the comments below what you would do. Let's now discuss some of the players who were rumored to leave Barcelona over the past 24 hours. Now, there is only 8 days left of the summer transfer window, and Barcelona want to get rid of some players. The first player they want to get rid of is Ilaix Moriba. Firstly, coming in from Alfredo Martinez from Onda, and he's come out saying that everything indicates that Ilaix Moriba is not going to continue at Barcelona. His agents think that he should be making a lot more money. Esport 3 have come out saying that RB Leipzig are interested in Ilaix Moriba and are going to negotiate with Barcelona. Barcelona is expected to receive a formal offer in the coming days, but they want at least 15 million euros. Everything indicates that the contract negotiations have officially broken down. Mundo Deportivo came out back in that statement saying that Barcelona value Ilaix Moriba at 20 million euros. Which RB Leipzig is unwilling to pay at the moment. The option to include Dani Olmo in the deal is excluded. He'll spend the entire season in the stands if he stays at the club. Chelsea and Manchester City are also interested. Candace have come out back in that statement as well, saying that Barcelona will not sell Ilaix Moriba for less than 20 million euros at the club. They cannot believe what is happening after they told him that he would be an important player in the squad. If he does not renew, he won't play for the club, of course, and he will train trained with juvenile B. Candaceira have also come out saying that Ilaix Moriba will now play for Guinea and not play for Spain. This has now been confirmed by the father of the player. And Mundo Deportivo came out back in that statement as well, saying that playing with Guinea opens up the door for Moriba to go to the Premier League. The English league demands certain requirements for foreign players based on a point system, and being an absolute international adds a lot. So Moriba has changed his nationality from Spain to Guinea to make it easier for him to leave the club this summer. Barcelona want around 20 and 50 million euros this summer. Only club that really in for him right now is RB Leipzig in Germany. And if Moriba does not leave the club this summer, he of course will not play for Barcelona and put on a shirt whatsoever, and he will train with Juvenile B, not Juvenile A, Juvenile B. Oh my days. I mean, we'll wait and see what happens. I would love to get the money now, rather of course we get money now than he go for free in June. Again, if he does not leave this summer, watch out for January. Barcelona may sell him for 5 million, something like that. But this summer right now, Barcelona want around 15 to 20 million euros. We'll wait and see if we can get that or not. But Moriba, 1000% will not be staying at the club and will either leave now, in January, or for free in the summer. Now, another player that's looking for a way out of Barcelona before the transfer window closes is Miralem Pjanic, coming in from ESPN, and they've come out saying that today will be a key day to determine Miralem Pjanic's future. If you guys don't make a move for him, he will start to look for alternatives. AC Milan is a possible option. So with the Juventus signing Manuel Locatelli, it's going to be very, very difficult for them to bring in Miralem Pjanic, and now Miralem Pjanic is realizing that he's looking for other options in the Serie A. Right now, we're hearing AC Milan, Inter Milan, and also Fiorentina. We'll wait and see. He wants to leave the club. Barcelona want to sell him. It's up to the two clubs now to reach an agreement with another club. Hopefully we can get rid of him in the next week or so. Now, a player that Barcelona is desperate to get rid of before the window closes is Samuel Umtiti, again coming in from ESPN, and they've come out saying that French club Rennes, Lille, and Nice could be a possible destination for Samuel Umtiti this summer. So at the moment, we're hearing that Barcelona still want to terminate Umtiti's contract, and they will do so. That way he can join another club for free. He can join Rennes, Lille, or Nice for free. But again, the club and the player have to reach an agreement on his contract termination. Barcelona don't want a loan move. They don't want to sell him. They just want to get rid of him absolutely completely. They don't want to worry about him whatsoever. We'll wait and see. But again, the worst case scenario, they'll let him go out on loan and still keep him on the books. But again, the club are desperate. He's number one that they want to get rid of before the window closes this summer. But a player that does have loan offers to leave the club this summer is Ilaix Moriba, coming in from Mundo Deportivo, and they've come out saying that Braga want to sign Ilaix Moriba on loan with a buy option. However, the player prefers to stay in Barcelona and look to earn a place in the team. If he has to leave, he prioritizes joining a Champions League club. Honestly, I think Moriba should be starting in this team, or at least being on the bench. The fact he isn't really shows how much Ronald Koeman does not trust him. I think if he came on in the athletic club game, he would have done much better than Demir. Anyways, I think Moriba should leave. He's not going to play. What's the point of staying on the bench until January? I'd go out right now. But again, he knows that his opportunity will come, whether it's a Copa del Rey. He's like maybe one injury away from being on the bench. So he wants to stay for the club for now. In January, he will definitely 1000% leave on loan. So wait and see how it happens with Moriba. But this summer, it's very unlikely that he'll leave on loan. If he does leave, he wants to go to a Champions League club. And of course, Braga are not in the Champions League. But a player that will be staying at the club this summer is Martin Braithwaite, coming in from Gerard Pique from Rack 1. He's come out saying that Martin Braithwaite wants to stay at Barcelona, and the club agrees to it. Only a crazy offer would change their plans. Ansu and Aguero will be great reinforcements in the attack when they return from injury. So again, Martin Braithwaite is staying just because of the injury request we have in the attack. Ansu's out, Aguero's out, Dembele's out. We have no one coming in. Rayman is not that great, so he's going to be staying. Watch out for maybe him leaving in January when all those players are fit and he's not playing. So again, he's staying because we have an injury crisis. I think we should have sold him this summer. 20 million euros for him would have been an absolute steal on our part. But again, Braithwaite is going to stay at the club due to the lack of options up front. Now, a player that Barcelona wants to keep at the club for a very long period of time is Pedri, coming in from Sport. They've come out saying that Barcelona want to award Pedri with a contract improvement and extend it until June 2026. His renewal is the absolute priority for Barcelona once the transfer window ends. Despite being approached by other clubs, Pedri only thinks about Barcelona. Juan Martí has come out back in that statement and also stating that right now there is no agreement between Barcelona and Pedri yet, but there are very good feelings between both the parties, and Pedri's contract renewal will be addressed once the transfer window closes, and he is the absolute priority for Barcelona. So we can indeed expect a contract renewal of Pedri once the January transfer window. So we can indeed expect a contract renewal for Pedri once the transfer window closes. Again, he is the priority for Barcelona ahead of Ansu Fati, ahead of Araujo, ahead of all those other players, all the other youngsters. players. Pedri is on the top of that pyramid, on the top of that list, but of course the other ones will be addressed as well. But the first one will be Pedri, and he is indeed expected to sign a new contract. Both parties are happy right now, but again, no agreement quite yet, but there should be reached an agreement very soon. Another priority for the club once the summer transfer window closes is reducing the wage bill at the club. Firstly, coming in from Sport, they came out saying that it is expected that Jordi Alba will sign an agreement with the club to lower his salary this week. The agreement is closed and will advance, and both parties have summoned to finish looking for the final formula for La Liga to accept the deal. They also go on to say that after the captains finalize their agreement and reduce their salaries, the club will then negotiate with Antoine, Griezmann, and Philippe, Coutinho to reduce their salaries. Antoine Griezmann has shown his willingness to accept a reduction, although he has not sat down to negotiate with Barcelona quite yet. And Barcelona assures that all the contracts at the club will be reviewed because the club's economic situation does not allow them to keep paying the current salaries to the footballers. The goal for Joan Laporta's new directive is to create a much more logical wage structure. So hopefully this week Roberto's contract renewal and Busquets and Jordi Alba's wage reduction is announced. Then after the transfer window closes, they will focus on Antoine Griezmann and Philippe Coutinho. After that, they'll go to the other players as well. So again, in due course, Barcelona are going to reduce everyone's wages, and if they don't want to agree to that, they will be frozen out of the club for sure. But again, Joan Laporta's main focus right now is to renew Pedri's contract as well as Ansu Fati and Araujo, and also focus on reducing the salaries at the club. Let's now get into some injury updates just to end off this video. Firstly, on Marc Andre Ter Stegen coming in from Javi Miguel from AS, and he's come out saying that Ter Stegen's availability for next Sunday's game versus Getafe won't be made until Saturday. The decision will be made by Ronald Koeman, the goalkeeping coach Ramon de la Fuente, and Ter Stegen himself. There's optimism in the club. Ter Stegen's recovery is going very good, but the final decision will depend on how this week evolves when the workload intensifies. So best case scenario, Marc Andre Ter Stegen will be back for this weekend's game against Getafe, but worst case scenario, he'll be back after the international break. But after Neto's terrible performance the other night, we desperately need Ter Stegen back. Next up is Ansu Fati coming in from eSport 3, and Dave came out saying that Ansu Fati will return to training with the group during the international break in the first week of September. The forecast is that 15 days later, the player will be available for Ronald Koeman. So after the international break, we can expect Ansu Fati to be in the squad list. Absolutely fantastic news. Get Braithwaite out of the starting lineup and bring in Ansu Fati. And lastly, we have an injury update on Gerard Pique, who did go down injured in the match on Saturday, and Javi Miguel from AS came out saying that Gerard Pique will be out for around 2 weeks due to the injury that he suffered in the game. He will 100% miss the game against Getafe this weekend, and this injury has nothing to do with the discomfort that he had during the week. The discomfort that he was feeling was in the right leg, while the injury happened in the left leg. So Pique will be out for around 2 weeks. Again, he'll be back after the international break 100%. So the international break coming in good time for Gerard Pique. Now you might be wondering who's going to replace him in the starting lineup. It will definitely be Araujo and as well as Clement Lenglet, because Eric Garcia got a red card. Now I'm hearing right now that's only a 1-game suspension, but the rule is in La Liga if you get a straight red card, it's a 3-game suspension. So I'll wait and see. I think it was Sports saying that it's only going to be a 1-game suspension, but we'll wait and see. But for the game this weekend against Getafe, the center back partnership is going to be Araujo and Lenglet coming in from Javi Miguel from AS, and he's come out saying that everything indicates that the center back pairing Koeman will use against Getafe will be Araujo and Lenglet. Likewise, Mengueza could reappear, who was very close to being discharged after suffering a hamstring injury in the Olympics, but however, Umtiti does not have any option as a measure to force his exit from the club. So Araujo is 100% guaranteed. We're hearing that Lenglet right now is like 90%, although Mengueza could come in and, kick him out of that starting lineup. So we'll wait and see. I believe right now Araujo and Lenglet will be the 2 options, but again, we'll talk about that more when the game comes up in the match preview. But again, Gerard Pique out for 2 weeks, should be back after the international break. So that was my reaction to the Barcelona news over the past 24 hours. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and of course leave me your thoughts down below in the comments on everything we discussed. But the main thing I want to know firstly is about Moriba. Would you sell him this summer, or would you purposely not sell him in order to hinder his career and let him leave the club in the summer for free? And secondly, on the player exits, who do you think will leave the club this summer? Who do you think will end up staying? And also make sure you hit the subscribe button down below if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Take care and Forza Barca.